team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Tonight, we have ourselves a preseason clash. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. And here we are, Brock, final week of the preseason. One last tune-up for stars and starters. And, of course, the game where a lot of these great camp stories will clinch a spot on that Week 1 roster.
And I never tire of these great camp stories. And they come from all different backgrounds. Some are undrafted guys, some are vets with a restart on their career. But they use the preseason, in this game in particular, to springboard some momentum into the regular season.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
When you have a franchise quarterback, and Trevor is that guy in Jacksonville, you typically don't slump to bottom 5 in the draft. But that's where the Jags have found themselves. And that's why there's a new system, a new coach, and really a new lease on life for Trevor in what becomes a very big year in his career.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Slot man motioned over. Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now it's Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today. Because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Going again. Here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down around the 34. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to track that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to the air, Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's ETN on first down. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
All right, here we go. Second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's running for it. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
ETN will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Lawrence's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the cover.
All right, got to get 4 here, Brock, or they're going to have a tough decision to make on this opening drive. Lawrence on third and goal. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is in. And the Dolphins got it. And they're going to take possession of the football. They're going to do it deep on their own side of the field. It looked like those 6 points were theirs. They were right there on the horizon, but a very disappointing way for that to end, as instead they turn it over down near the goal line.
Yeah, I think the word I'd use here, Kate, is bittersweet, because it wasn't all bad. That opening drive still made it right to the edge of the end zone. A lot to build on here, but man, what a painful way for that drive to end.
So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
I've heard from many of Tua's peers in the league that there's just not a more accurate guy. If you wanted to just do an accuracy test in the NFL, yeah, Tua's going to hit that target as much as anybody in the league. Avoiding injury and being available is really the only question mark now in Tua's career.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
Another try following the sack. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game, but this is starting more like a baseball game. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. No, just kidding. Still there's the first quarter here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels like a pitcher's duel too, right? I mean, it's just a low-scoring affair here out the gate. I'll tell you what this does do, though, Kate. Right in this world of analytics and looking at scores, this starts to screw that just conventional wisdom up. When you get an oddball like this, a safety early, just watch over the course of this game how it may affect some of the decision-making of the coaches.
So they give away the lead on the safety, and now they're going to have to give away the football with a free kick. He has it at the 13. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
Now toss it to ETN. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
That's a pretty good look right there at the struggle offensive linemen have. Athletically, they're just not as fast as these linebackers. And if they don't win early, those linebackers outrun them and make a play like that behind the line.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 3 and out. 4th down.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. So Miami headed out for its second drive of the game. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. First call here coming from the shotgun. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Tagovailoa off the play fake. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done.
3 yards. That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Achane up the middle. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
He was brought down.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Offense to the line for second down. Two and out from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open and beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He sends this one to the end zone. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's fourth down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Parker Washington to return this for the Jags. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through two drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. On play action now, Lawrence. Caught by Washington, left side. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Lawrence working from the gun. Got his man. Thomas has it. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
To number 7, Brian Thomas Jr. A gain of 27 on the play. And the Jaguars first down.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. To find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
Completes another one to Thomas. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, ball at the 36. Continuing to dig, he's inside the 25. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down, Jaguars.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their early lead to 8. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars push the lead to 2 scores now.
Dolphins nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Complete right side to Washington. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They've got 1st down from the 31. Out of the gun to give to ETN. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Lawrence now off the play action. That one's complete, right side. 2 out of 1 stop. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Counter give throw to Etienne. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body, keep working that body, keep working that body, and eventually you could take the will away from your opponent.
On second down, it's Etienne.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up third and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Logan Cook on the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And this just gets past the 20 before going out.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
You gotta be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives them a first down. They go play action. Lawrence. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now up by 15 in the opening quarter. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdood. Yeah,
such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Jaguars take a 16-point lead.
16. Dolphins, nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. Jukes one defender. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And an excellent effort there. Sets him up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear. Hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On first down, they're going to start out with Etienne. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 16-0 our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They start with 2nd and 6. Tight end motioning right. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. He's got a man left. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
They're set up at the 35 now. Now a toss play for Achan. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on their first down play.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Dump off to his fullback. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Oh, she missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And that keeps this a 16-point game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running it here with Etienne. And he will be stopped now, but a lot to like about that effort.
Defense was clearly focused on taking away the pass, and that RPO scheme offensively feels so good when you get the job done and you get a chunk run on RPO. That's setting you up for some success.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the 39. Finds the in route complete. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Lawrence here running the sneak. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That's a short gain of 1. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw, Lawrence. Oh, and the Dolphins are there to bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
One of the big lessons you learn transitioning from college to the NFL is you can't get it all back at once, offensively or defensively. But this is the right way to go about it now defensively. You got to get a sack. You got to get something going to stem this momentum, and that might just be the sack they needed.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Cam Little getting the call on fourth down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And in a 3-score game, Brock, they have to find a way to reestablish some control here. They've got first down from the 31. They go play action with Tagovailoa. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... That's caught at the 25. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back for their first points of this game. Tyreek Hill the touchdown.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12.
19, Dolphins 7.
Sanders all set to send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
4-yard gain on the play. First down, Jaguars.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Here's ETN on the give. And he gets around 6 there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. ETN again. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That is some old-school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. Here comes the screen for ETN. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
This is ETN, and he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Bigsby goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
You know, we love to talk about corners, those corners that both love to tackle and cover. It's kind of the same thing with these defensive ends. Most of them love sacks. They love rushing the quarterback. But those that run down a toss play like that, they separate themselves from others.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's Lawrence. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Nearly an interception on that play. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
QB took a chance right there, and he nearly paid dearly for it. You know, that's one of those situations, Kate, that if you're going to put the ball in harm's way, you got to make sure it's your guy or nobody's guy.
A 25-yard attempt.
Little knocks it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a first down.
Automatic first down.
So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Now Lawrence on the play fake. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Jaguars go up by 19.
26, Dolphins 7.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. This makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, a gift to A-Chain. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Staying on the ground here with A-Chan. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
17, Jalen Waddle. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Brings it in at the 12. He gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And I know we're normally discussing his work leading the passing game, but wow, we've really had to take note of what he's done on the ground. He's leaned into that part of his game early. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Throw left side, complete. Short pickup to their own 31. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Etienne. He gets a nice chunk. Looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They go right back to Etienne. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Call it a lone yard on the run. It's going to be 4th down.
Gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Jaguars likely getting ready to punt this away. The Jaguars in a punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Tua looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. They send Hill right. Tagovailoa off the play fake. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill, and that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here he goes on the bootleg. Dumped off to his running back. And this is taken ahead to the 37. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
At the 37-yard
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 37. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. They're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Lawrence working from the gun. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. The Dolphins offense returning to the field a final time before the half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Tagovailoa on first down. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Give all the credit to the coverage on that. Even with plenty of time to throw, they never gave him a lane to complete it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And that's good for a gain of 5. Travis Hunter making that play. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest so far. Let's hear what Scott Hansen has to say. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the 3rd. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this 3rd quarter. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. 2-1 out of the pistol. Connects on the crosser. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's two on the sneak. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. Fourth down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. Tagovailoa throwing on fourth. They'll make a big for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
You know, before the snap, you know, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First carry now. This is Ollie Gordon. And a nice little run there. Gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Second down carry for A-Chain. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They'll pause now for an injured player. Regular season just 1 week away. You don't want to see anybody get hurt here. Hopefully something minor as the medical team works on it. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
That's some tremendous study right there. That linebacker is almost as if he was in the other team's huddle and knew what was coming. He read his keys, he pulled the trigger, and he makes a tackle for loss.
Offense to the line for second down. They motion to Waddle over left. He running from the gun with Wright. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
That's good for another Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Tagovailoa on first down. And he's brought down after a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Tua. He's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. As always, a hat tip to our buddy Scott Hansen for his hard work there during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter.
Jason
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Complete to number 7, Brian Thomas Jr. A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On play action now, Lawrence. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, this guy's been an animal on the ground today with some great results. A little surprising there, Kate, to see a sack so far behind the line of scrimmage. But that's a welcome sack defensively after seeing him do so much damage with his legs.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Achan. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bad when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He finds Brown right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
25 yards on the play. That's good for a Miami Dolphin. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Achan, a first down carry. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They managed 3 yards on the tote. It'll bring up second down.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. They'll stick with Achan. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Kid, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on third. Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
So out now comes the punter. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He gets this one to Strange. He won't have any room after that quick pass. Well covered by the defense. That play loses yards.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Getting out to his left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Escapes a defender. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's full with a nice pickup. He gets him 9 on the ground. A good pickup and a 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. A-Chain again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for Dolphins. 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. A-Chain on the inside give. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. But you're going to have to pick up the pace.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Tua now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Here's a screen for A-Chain. And he's tackled for no gain.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
They're up now, ready to punt it. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence to throw it. Hits him on the out route. He pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Now it's Lawrence. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Jacksonville in punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. Duke the defender. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Miami offense headed out there now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They send him left out of the slot. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 34-yard line.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. No toss play for Achan. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On now comes their punter. And the fair catch made here at the 15.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he won't find anything here. They're there to drop it for the sack on what's likely the final play of this 3rd quarter. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Even on 3rd and long, he still couldn't bring himself to force the throw right there, and that's okay. As coordinators will like to say, every drive that ends with a kick we can live with. Don't put the ball in harm's way.
And he gets it away from his end zone. Dukes out a 1-stop. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tua. On target to Waddle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a gift to A.J. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing now. Tunga Bailoa. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Lawrence working from the gun. Big game going, and Thomas snags another. And he's taken down. It's the quality yardage on that play.
Thomas Jr. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Lawrence finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Complete to De'Ami Brown. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third and just 2 to go. Back to the air, Lawrence falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, third and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's a handoff for A-Chain. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Tua out of the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Not a person in this stadium didn't start tensing up the way I did up in the booth. You could feel that goal line coming, right? Pressure right in his face. Nearly turns into a couple points now. Well, now you got to be so careful. No breathing room for the next snap.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Throwing from near his own goal line. Setting up the running back screen. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Taking a deep shot here. They connect on the deep shot. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now within 1 score in the 4th. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins trim the deficit down to 5.
26. Dolphins 21.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Washington now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Sending the tight end in motion left. Here's ETN on 1st down. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Lawrence able to find Strange here. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Jaguar 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll toss it to ETN. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Not on the same page that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down, ball at the 36. Lawrence looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll pause now for an injured player. Regular season just 1 week away. You don't want to see anybody get hurt here. Hopefully something minor as the medical team works on it. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
1st down, Jaguars.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. Down to the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars stretch into a 2-score game in the 4th. Travis Etienne, the touchdown.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air, now 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's just been a difference maker.
is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars push the lead up to 12. They'll pause now for an injured player. Regular season just 1 week away. You don't want to see anybody get hurt here. Hopefully something minor as the medical team works on it.
Cam Little.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Going play action. Tagovailoa. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Tua now from the gun. That's Hill on the slant. And that's good yardage for the new set of downs.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Up by Washington, left side. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. A-Chain. Good running here on 1st down as he works his way forward for about 8.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Running left. Here's A-Chain. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that 6th sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Third down run from A-Chain. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one. And the effort brings up 4th down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins trim the deficit down to 5.
Dolphins 28.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. As this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Jaguars and Brian Thomas Jr. ready for another drive on offense. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Jaguars 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. He's out near midfield and still going. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Jaguars with a 5-point lead. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. ETN again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. And he took down coming up.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Punting unit out now. And they could really use a good one here. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with A-Chain. And he picks up a nice chunk before the stop is made.
I'm not surprised by that outcome, Kate. You crowd the line defensively by going all out for the safety. You've got to be careful you don't wind up giving them an alley, not just to escape the goal line, but for an even bigger chunk of yardage.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Hits him on the in route. And they get to him good ways downfield from that line of scrimmage.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
Less than 40 seconds to work with. Here comes 2nd and 10. Running back sent in motion left. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Throwing now. That's cut for the first. A strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
It's caught left side by Hill. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Tagovailoa, quick throw, complete. And they shove him out. Looks like they got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. Connects on the crosser. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And this victory is going to give them a nice shot of confidence as they work through the next couple of weeks and prepare for things that count coming up in Week 1. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Miami.